Resource guarding towards things, or when dogs become possessive of objects. Now, it's important to use a professional when working with canine aggression. There is an element of risk when a dog does have a history of aggression. Now, first step is, what is resource guarding? And it's when dogs are protective of things such as bones, toys, or their food. They may growl, snap, and bite if you reach to take something from them. Owners typically say that this problem is difficult to see, to spot. They feel like the dog is Jekyll and Hyde, switching back and forth. Sometimes they feel like their dog is friendly and then snaps and becomes aggressive very quickly. So it's very, very important to understand the warning signs and understand that this is all about the objects. The dog is guarding things that it finds valuable, and we need to pay close attention to our dog's body language. Now take a look at this dog's body language. You'll notice that the whale eye, that's where you see the white circling the dog's pupil. Their ears are back. That shows a sense of tension. Tight body, tight shoulders. The shoulders are down and very tense. You'll notice that some dogs have this inability to settle. So it's very important not to confuse sort of quick, rapid movements as meaning that the dog is wanting to play. Even things like the belly rub we saw earlier, those can be signs that the dog is very uncomfortable. They may even refuse the item if they're stressed out enough. The first step in dealing with this problem is to rank things your dog values into categories of low, medium, and high. This way we can work from easiest to highest as we progress through. And notice that for this dog, there's some unusual items, a coat hanger, scrubby pad, plastic bag, pencil. It doesn't matter if it's a toy. What matters is, does your dog find it valuable? Place all objects away unless you are actively working with them. We want to avoid a scenario where perhaps a toy has rolled under a couch and your dog is guarding it and you might not know that it's there. Now there are 3 steps to this technique. We're going to approach the dog, give the dog a treat, and then retreat. But how close? Well, we need to make sure that the dog stays relaxed the entire time. While being able to read a dog's body language is a very useful tool, it's also important to measure. Get to know your individual dog, because resources can change in value. For example, one reason can be that a dog has more than one item they add together, or it could be that your dog has a novel item, something very exciting to them, so they're more likely to guard it. And another reason might be that the dog has time to settle in and start chewing at a bone, or they might start really playing with the toy, so they get really invested in the item, which makes it more likely that they'll guard it. So very important to measure to ensure that you keep your dog at an appropriate level. Now don't eyeball this, use something to mark. You'll notice the pylon here. It doesn't have to be something that obvious, but it helps keep you honest in terms of how close to the dog can I get while they are still relaxed. And once you do this, what you want to do is these 3 steps. Approach the dog. So we're going to the pylon, throw a treat, and then back away from the dog. All 3 steps are critical in this process. And then you also want to work by approaching from multiple directions and working in different environments, both inside and outside of the house. When your dog is comfortable and relaxed with all these approaches, we're going to start adding in a reach. This is going to desensitize the dog towards that grabbing motion. We're going to work in baby steps, and do use safety precautions like a fake hand to prevent accidentally getting bitten at this point, and give lots of breaks. The breaks are really important. We want to get the dog to like this process, not to feel nagged. So although we're starting with these little reaches, so we're going to reach in a little bit, drop a treat, pull back, give the dog a break. Those little reaches are going to work towards allowing the dog to be touched and then being petted. and eventually even taking that object away, and we're going to give it back so the dog doesn't feel like it loses everything that it has. Now notice this dog's posture. This is a dog that has been trained to enjoy having people near them right from when it was a puppy. The muscles are relaxed, the ears are calm, and they're standing normally. There's the dog even drops items when you approach, happily anticipating that somebody is approaching. So this is what we're looking for, this relaxed posture out of the dog, so that we know that inside they're feeling relaxed and they don't feel the need to guard these objects. So keep an eye on the body posture, but also do measure, and we're trying to get the dog to relax as we push them a little harder along the way. It's time to take off the training wheels. We want to get to a point where we're reaching in with our hand, not with the fake hand we were using earlier, because what we eventually really need to happen is that we can take things from this dog. So go over some of the easier steps and make sure that your dog really knows them well. And we're going to start again with light touches. Don't reach right in and grab bones right away. Start with a reach, and then maybe touching them and then petting them, the same as we did with the artificial hand. And watch the dog's body language as you're going through this. Any signs of tension, reevaluate, maybe go back to some easier steps, because now that our hand is in there and we're bending a little closer, we really want to make sure the dog is comfortable so that they're learning and getting rid of this anxiety. Now, once your dog is comfortable all the way around in different locations, then you're ready to actually go on to medium level objects. So going back to that list, check that your dog can handle any type of low level item, then go through all the medium level items. Go back to step 1 and start all over again with the 3 steps of approach, treat, and retreat. When you've gone through all the steps with the medium items, then it's time to go in and do the high level items. And once you've gone through that, you can even start doubling them up or letting your dog settle with the chew bone. Start doing those realistic, hard, real life situations. Your dog should be relaxed through this entire process. And if you see signs of tension, the ears back, the whale eye, tense body, stop. Reevaluate and make it easier. You can go back, review earlier steps. Having a slight mistake happen while you're being cautious, it can happen, but to repeat mistakes is just bad training. Now, this is not a do-it-yourself project. Do get the assistance of a trained professional. They can help coach you through it, or it might be that you need to see a veterinarian with your pet. And for more information, check out our website or our Facebook page, and see us online.